Hey there, Matt the Mortgage Guy here, coming at you today with 4 first-time home buyer tips. Now, in this video, I'm gonna attempt to give you 4 of a ton of tips that you can get as a first-time buyer. These 4 first-time home buyer tips hopefully will help you make the process easier, smoother, more comfortable. So before we get into it, on this channel, I'm sharing mortgage, real estate, personal finance advice. I enjoy doing this stuff. If you enjoy the straightforward, honest kind of content that I'm putting out, please do me a favor. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Trying to grow this channel, trying to promote it to more folks. So your help by just watching this, smash the like button, leaving a comment down below will help that out. So without further ado, as a mortgage professional who deals with hundreds of people every year, I'm working with first-time buyers quite often. And when I say first-time home buyer tips, this is really home buyer tips for anybody. Whether you're a first-time buyer, you're buying your second or third house, I think this stuff is important. And again, this isn't all-encompassing, every single tip to think about, but these are some of the important ones that I think will help you as a home buyer. First-time home buyer, even more so, but as a home buyer in general. First and foremost, get fully approved. And I know other videos I've watched and people I've talked to is like, I know you keep pounding it in, get fully pre-approved, talk to a lender, get pre-approved. People might be sick of hearing it, but it always comes up because it is by far the most important thing to do. And I say that because as a mortgage professional, I'm not trying to get people in the door because I need another lead or I need another person who might become a potential client. It truly is a benefit to the client. And I put a couple of notes here on what you're trying to do when you get pre-approved. Because it's not just a piece of paper so you can go look at houses or go submit offers on houses. It's knowing what you qualify for. And that's a topic in and of itself. You set the budget, you have a number in mind. Don't go and say, what's the max I qualify for? I want to get pre-approved, and then I want to look at what a mortgage monthly payment is going to equate to at a $350,000, $400,000, $450,000 purchase price with 5% down, because I know that's what I have to put down, and I know that my guess is, and some poking around I've done online, that payment is going to fall about where I want to spend on a monthly payment. So set your budget on what you want to pay for a monthly payment wise. Get pre-approved, knowing that if you made an offer within your budget, you'd be able to get a loan done. Too many people, and it still happens, like, what's the max I qualify for? Well, you qualify for much more than you want or need, and that's the case in a lot of cases. I could qualify you for a $700,000 purchase. Where you're at in life, if you bought a house for $700,000 and had that big mortgage payment, you would be stressed out. You wouldn't get to travel, you wouldn't get to save, it would cause you anxiety. I don't want to be part of that. Most mortgage advisors don't want to be part of that either. They want you to stay within your budget, be comfortable, it be an enjoyable, happy experience. So another couple notes I put on here is review with the mortgage broker prior to shopping. This is important because the pre-approval is one thing. Once me and my office pre-approve somebody, we send out those scenarios. So I think it's important. It's a scenario that's interactive. Somebody can change the sales price and see what it looks like at $420 or $390 or $375, exactly what the mortgage payment's gonna be, exactly what their cash is closed is gonna be. And then we set up a phone call where I say, what questions do you have? Did you get a chance to look at that Excel spreadsheet that mirrors a loan estimate, that shows you the different price points and you can manipulate it to look at it? Now, what questions do you have for us? This is such a vital piece of the process, in my opinion, that most people either skip or they breeze past. And I think it's important. I try to set up that call with every single person who gets pre-approved, because getting a firm grasp around your budget, what it's going to look like, is going to be super beneficial. So talk to the loan officer. And this was the beforehand. Educate yourself beforehand. Watching videos like this, talking to your real estate professional, your mortgage professional, really having a good feel. You're not going to be an expert on mortgage or real estate or any of it, but by knowing a little bit more before you're writing offers, before you're in contract, you're going to be that much more comfortable, and it's going to be an enjoyable experience. It's going to be a happy, exciting time versus oh my gosh. On Friday, I decided I want to look at houses. On Saturday morning, I rushed and had somebody shoot me over a pre-approval letter Now I put an offer, now I'm in contract, now what? Avoid that. Take it slower on the pre-approval process, have that completely dialed in. Now you're looking at houses, you're easy. Hey, I know exactly what my mortgage payment's gonna look like if I offer at $425. Yeah, change that $425 to $435 in this little Excel spreadsheet, and I'm comfortable with that too. All right, yeah, let's make an offer. It's totally different than like Sunday night stressed out. Oh my God, my agent says I got offered $435 to get accepted. I don't even know what that, can I afford that payment? I don't even know what that payment is. How much do I gotta bring to close? I got no idea. Avoid that. Finances in order is number 2. This is really important, and everybody's different. And finances in order probably means something different to everybody. All I want to get across here is that rather than rush into the home buying process, game plan a little bit. And maybe 6 months out, a year out, say, you know what? I really want to buy a house. I know I want to put this much down. I know I want to finally have those student loans paid off before I buy the house. I'd like to not have this car payment anymore, whatever that is, where you feel really good about, I'm renting right now at $1,750, I'm buying this house, it's nice. And I know I can afford $2,200 a month, but I thought about it a little bit, and my student loans are paid off. I used to pay them $450 a month, and now I don't pay them anymore. So between that $450 and the $1,750 I was paying in rent, I know I can afford this $2,200 a month on this house that I'm buying. That kind of stuff just sets you up for success. And I really think that that's maybe a missing piece for a lot of people, where it's just like, oh, I've got this old collection and I've got, you know, a car that's about to break down, I'm gonna have to buy a new one, and I barely got enough to scrape up to put a down payment, but I'm gonna make it work. That's the type of thinking and situation where you get in a bad way later, right? The car breaks down, now you gotta buy a new car, you got $375 a month in a car payment. Your AC is broken or needs a $2,700 repair, hot water heater goes out. Listen, home ownership is amazing. Over time, it's a great way to build wealth. It costs, and it can be expensive. If you're not prepared for this stuff, and you know, different financial advisors will talk about an emergency fund and things like that, that's all great. And this is part of that, is just have your finances in order to a certain extent. Third tip, realtor lender team. There's gonna be a lot of people involved. You're gonna have somebody who does the insurance, you're gonna have someone that does the inspection, you're gonna have somebody holding title, but the base of your team is your real estate agent and your lender. And when you have those people on your side, the real estate home buying process can be an enjoyable one. It could be a fun one, an exciting one. And knowing that you have 2 professionals that are good at what they do, that are working together, makes it, as a first-time home buyer, especially for a first-time home buyer, such a better experience. So the realtor and the lender don't necessarily have to know each other beforehand, but I tell any buyers I talk to, if you've got an agent, great, connect me with them. If not, I'll connect you to a great agent. But from the start, connect us. In a market like we have in 2020, where you're putting offers against multiple other people, having the realtor and the lender in communication is super beneficial. What kind of, you know, closing time frame can I write in my offer? Do they need closing costs? Do they, you know, want seller credit? You know, these types of things are gonna be communicated between the realtor and lender. Then I submit an offer, I'm gonna CC the lender. The lender's gonna call the list side and say, hey, I've got a full file. This thing's gonna be a walk in the park. We wrote a 25-day contract, no problem, I can get them there. We might even ask you to close early. Stuff like that helps you get your offers accepted, helps it be a more smooth and enjoyable process for you as a buyer, knowing that your realtor and lender are both on your team and they're working together to make the experience good for you. Lastly, this is something that somebody brought up to me a few years ago, and I thought it was good, and it's the 80-10-10 rule. Now, before I tell you what the 80-10-10 rule is, I'll tell you that a lot of folks, when they're going to buy a house, are on one side or the other. And this side is unicorn hunter, 4-bedroom, beautiful house, beautiful neighborhood, $330,000. Sacramento and surrounding, not gonna friggin' happen. You're chasing a unicorn. Or on the other side, I wanna buy a house. This one, not the neighborhood, not the bedroom count, but we'll make it work, let's submit an offer. be somewhere in between there, right? Don't be such a unicorn hunter that you're never gonna buy a house and you're never gonna get a contract. And don't be so excited that you have a checklist and none of the stuff gets checked and you're writing an offer. Be somewhere in between. And that's where the 80-10-10 rule comes into play. You're looking at a house and you've got certain things you want and you need in a house. Certain number of bedrooms, certain school district or certain neighborhood, and certain aesthetics, whatever it is. The house is 80% what you were looking for. 10% of it is not what you're looking for, but you can change it. And 10% you can learn to deal with. Now, obviously you're not, taking this 9,000 square foot lot and breaking it down percentage wise, but it's like, there's a couple things that ideally I wouldn't be 4 houses from the freeway, but that's fine. I can deal with it. The other 10% is I kind of wish it had a nicer kitchen, but over time we can renovate the kitchen. The other 80% is it's got a pool just like we wanted. It's got 4 bedrooms and an office just like we wanted. It's got this type of look and this, curb appeal that I like. That's the 80-10-10 rule. 80% what you're looking for, 10% not it, but you can change it, and 10% you can learn to deal with it. Hopefully this was helpful. 4 first-time home buyer tips. 1 take, no edits. I'm not going back. That's just gonna be in there. 4 first-time home buyer tips. 4 of many, and these ones I think will help you if you're a home buyer at all. First-time home buyers especially. Any questions, please feel free to reach out. Matt@mattthemortgageguy.com. Best way to reach me is shoot me an email. If you're doing business in California, I'm happy to help you. If you're outside of California, I'm happy to refer you to a competent professional. Again, if you've made it into this video 11+ minutes, I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos coming. I'm trying to get, as good as I can about providing great, good content that's gonna help as many people as possible. Thanks, bye-bye.